Today we're diving into the life of a man who faced death without flinching, a farmer's son from Arkansas who became an American legend. This is the story of Private First Class James Richard Hendrix, a soldier who took on tanks, saved lives, and earned the Medal of Honor before he was 20.
It's history on repeat.
Hell yeah.
James Hendrix was born on August 20th, 1925 in Lepanto, Arkansas, right in the heart of the Mississippi Delta. Life was pretty normal for him growing up, at least, normal for a farmer's kid back then. But like so many of these stories from that era, there was a dark cloud hanging over everything: the Great Depression. Times were brutal in the 1930s, and his family barely scraped by. Hendrix had to quit school after the 3rd grade to help his dad in the cotton fields. From sunrise to sunset, he picked cotton, chopped wood, and did whatever it took to keep food on the table. But all that hard work forged steel into his character. And just to prove that much, in January of 1944, at 18 years old, he enlisted into the U.S. Army. He trained at Camp Blanding, Florida, and quickly showed a natural talent for heavy weapons. Soon he was assigned as a bazooka man to Company C, the 53rd Infantry Battalion, part of General Patton's elite 4th Armored Division, the Breakthrough Division, that spearheaded Allied advances deep into Nazi territory. Now, you've probably heard of General Patton and his bold tactics, but let's talk about Company C for a second. Imagine rolling through Europe on top of a tank, dust in your face, adrenaline pumping, knowing that any second could be your last.
She'll let you fuck her for a chocolate bar. It's not true. It's not true? No. Okay, it's not true. It's completely fucking true.
That was daily life for these guys. Wherever the tanks went, Company C went too. Clearing towns, taking out roadblocks, and protecting armor from ambushes. From Normandy all the way into Germany. These guys were just built different, and Hendrix was right there among them. Then came December 1944. Temperatures were freezing, snow was everywhere, and Germany launched one desperate counterattack, known infamously as the Battle of the Bulge. Hitler threw everything he had into the surprise offensive through the Ardennes forest, hoping to split the Allied lines and capture the port of Antwerp. American forces were caught off guard and pushed back, creating the bulge you see on the maps. The town of Bastogne became the center of it all, where the 101st Airborne, yeah, those same guys from the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers, they were completely surrounded. They were low on ammo, low on food, freezing their asses off, but still holding the line against endless German attacks. Now, after the battle, the 101st famously said they didn't need Patton's 4th Armored Division to save them. But nobody told Hendrix and Company C that.
Don't do anything stupid? Who the hell is he talking to? Bunch of morons who volunteered to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Can you get any more stupid than that?
Probably not.
On December 26th, near Assenwald, Belgium, Hendrix's unit got pinned down by brutal German machine gun fire. Mortars rained down, and German panzer tanks guarded the roads with their 88mm cannons ready to turn any American tanks into scrap metal. And for one unlucky American Sherman, that's exactly what happened. The tank immediately burst into flames, and Hendrix knew exactly what he had to do. He jumped off his half-track, fully exposed to enemy fire. A German machine gun position threw everything it had at Hendrix, keeping him pinned down. He watched as the fire worsened for the men still trapped in the tank and knew he didn't have much time. So he raised up, aimed his bazooka, and turned that German machine gun nest into a fresh hole in the ground.
You wanna play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Now, that would have been badass enough, but for Hendrix, it was just part of the job. He had been launching bazooka rounds at the enemy positions for months. But what happened next, though, is what made him a legend. Right after he took out the machine gun, without hesitating, Hendrix sprinted to that burning tank, all while rounds zipped past him from every direction. He reached the tank, climbed up, pried open the hatch, and pulled out the driver. But you know what's better than saving one soldier? Saving two. And he repeated the same steps to rescue the bow gunner as well. He gets both men out of the burning tank, and for the meantime, that destroyed tank is the only cover they have. But Hendrix knows they can't stay there. He looks down at the tank crew. Both men are wounded and dazed, but alive. Now, he has a decision to make. Does he carry one guy back at a time while under fire, or does he go full savage mode and haul both? Hendrix decides to take the 2-for-1 approach again, with bullets snapping past him. Hendrix grabbed both men and started hauling ass back to his unit's position. I'm sure those few seconds felt like a lifetime, but he got them to safety. His bravery to this point has already made him a hero, but the battle isn't over. Hendrix barely has any time to process the badass shit he just did before another German machine gun nest starts ferociously sending rounds at Hendrix and the rest of Company C. So to finish off his 2-for-1 run without a moment's rest, he reloads his bazooka, crawls forward through the snow and the mud, and takes it out too. His actions cleared a path for his unit to push forward and break through to Bastogne, rescuing the 101st Airborne whether they wanted it or not.
You warriors are good. Real good. The best.
For his extraordinary heroism and conspicuous gallantry above and beyond the call of duty. Just kidding. Hendrix was awarded the Medal of Honor by President Truman on August 23, 1945. He was just 19. Now, if this is your first time hearing about the Medal of Honor, here's a quick breakdown. You've probably seen it in movies or that now dead video game franchise named after it. It's a blue ribbon with a gold star hanging from it. But this isn't something just anyone in uniform gets. It's the highest military award in the United States, given only to those that go above and beyond what anyone could ever ask of them. It goes all the way back to the Civil War, when Congress and President Lincoln created it in 1861 for Navy sailors who showed extreme bravery. The Army got theirs the next year. The first recipients were actually Andrews Raiders, Union soldiers who hijacked a Confederate train in 1862. Think Fast and Furious, but with steam engines and a lot more at stake. Remember this, I may have already made a video about them too. Since then, over 3,500 Medal of Honors have been awarded to legends like Audie Murphy, America's most decorated soldier in World War II, or Desmond Doss, the medic who saved 75 men at Hacksaw Ridge without ever carrying a weapon. Why? When someone gets the Medal of Honor, it's not just like a pat on the back or attaboy. It's the nation saying, this person showed a level of courage and sacrifice most of us can't even imagine. President Truman even told Hendrix and other recipients he would rather have that medal than be the President of the United States. Hendrix stayed in the Army after World War II, even serving in Korea as well. He rose to Master Sergeant before retiring in 1966, dedicating over 2 decades of his life to his country. After retiring, he lived quietly in Davenport, Florida, working as a heavy equipment operator. But to everyone who knew him, he remained a symbol of courage and a man who stared death in the face and didn't blink. James Hendrix passed away on November 14, 2002, at the age of 77. He was buried with full military honors in the Florida National Cemetery, remembered forever as one of America's true heroes. His story shows us that heroism isn't about age, education, or where you come from. It's about what you do when everything is on the line. From the cotton fields of Arkansas to the battlefields of Belgium, James Hendrix proved that courage is doing what's right no matter the cost. And hey, sometimes 2-for-1s are actually a pretty sweet deal. As always, if I missed anything, please feel free to post it in the comments or let me know who I should cover next. We're learning here together, and if you want more deep dives into untold stories of history's bravest men and women, hit that subscribe button, and join me here on History on Repeat. And as always, stay curious, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's history on repeat.
Hell yeah.